So I think if I look in the past, the roles that traditionally CFOs have played has been around looking at the programs that are doing digital transformation and tracking the performance, the financial performance of those programs, and then keeping a score check of whether they are on track and how they can be improved, and make sure that the efficiencies from a financial standpoint are baked in. And what we're seeing now is that they're playing multiple roles in digital transformation, right from the get-go of defining what the objective of the digital transformation should be, to actually also looking at making sure that the businesses are aligned towards that program. Even a lot of times when businesses have conflicting priorities amongst themselves, when they're doing digital transformation, CFOs do step in and help resolve and figure out what is the right priority for the organization. I think the other piece which they've also done is focus a lot more on change management than what has been done in the past. They are now realizing that just doing digital transformation for the sake of going digital is not enough. It has to be adopted by the organization and people on the ground, which is where I think they're playing an active role and pushing for change management, not just within their organization when a finance transformation is happening, but also an enterprise-wide digital transformation is happening. And then finally, their core role, the core job that a CFO used to play in transformation exercises, building out business cases, leading the tracking and monitoring of financial performance, that still continues to hold true. So all in all, I think they are looking to be stewards of these digital transformation programs. They are looking to actively engage and define not just why a transformation should happen, but also how and what it should be about. So I think that's one key change which has seen CFOs take a much more active and engaging role. And I think the benefit that they have as compared to a lot of the other CXOs is that they bring in a view which is holistic in nature. They have a view of what the external stakeholders want, as well as what the internal priorities and stakeholders' requirements are. And marrying them together is what a CFO can bring to the table. And since they sit outside all the different BUs, being able to look at those holistically and prioritizing amongst themselves puts them in a very unique position. So I think when I look at analytics and AI, right, I think one of the challenges that have happened in the past is we moved from a world where data was supposed to be scarce. It was hard to find data to do AI and analytics, to a world where a CFO now every day in the morning is bombarded with multiple reports and insights coming in from the organization. It's really hard for them to go through and understand what is truly happening and what the root cause of a particular problem is. And just to give you an example, right, if my earnings are not meeting my targets and I want to know why that is happening, I have to go through and talk to different people, look through different reports and understand where the gaps are coming from. And I think that's where AI analytics can take a step up and help simplify things now. I think we've done a lot of work in AI analytics to solve very complex problems, but I think the focus for AI analytics for CFOs is about simplifying things for them, and even goes beyond CFOs as well. It's if you look at all the data that's available to different executives, how can I use AI and analytics to simplify and create insights which are really easily understandable by them? That's one part where I think AI and analytics can obviously help. I think the second piece, more specific for CFOs, is basically finance transformation within their organization. How can I optimize from my procure to pay or other processes that I have within the organization? Can I create intelligent workflows where manual intervention is completely removed? Can AI infuse insights about how my processes are performing and combine that together into something which becomes like a working workbench for the CFO organization? So I think those two critical areas I'll say are important for them, simplifying things for them and then automating whatever processes that they currently hold. I think very engaging. I think one solace that I take from this, or something which is very comforting for us at least in IBM, is that most of the people have similar problems, right? So everyone highlighted very similar issues. You could resonate and understand where their challenges are. So the critical factor which we got as a takeaway, one was that digital transformation, although is largely seen as a CEO or a CIO initiative, CFOs already are engaging in that space. And then secondly, I think they're also facing a lot of challenges in trying to get the best out of these digital transformation for their enterprises. So how do we put a hard bound on how long these run and what returns that they generate? I think that's something that they are also keenly focused on. But yeah, I think if I look at it overall, I think for CFOs, it would be very comforting to know that challenges are similar across the organizations, whether it is small startups to mature organizations. And secondly, I think there are solutions available for them. I think we heard from different people on what they've done to solve problems as well from CFOs themselves. So I think there are solutions available. It's about prioritizing and figuring out what you want to change.